Da, 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 da.
Right, okay. Here we go. Okay. Aha. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Dang and blast it!
This is the Archaeosoup supercomputer. You are in violation of Gin Code 56. Do not resist. Resistance is futile. Please stay still. An officer will be along shortly to assist you.
Gindiana Bones, yeah. I've just been caught out by one of the oldest booby traps in the world. The old Storm Tater initiative trap. Yes. So if you ever try and show initiative in the booby trap with a Storm Tater, don't, because you're going to get caught out. Anyway, while I'm here and I wait for my captors to release me, I thought I would talk to you about something which somebody approached Archaeosoup Towers with not that long ago. They were asking whether or not it's possible for or whether or not a booby trap has ever been found in archaeology. Well, as you're no doubt well aware, booby traps are a staple of films in archaeology, or archaeology films as it were. They very, very frequently occur. For example, there is the one with the boulder and the darts and things shooting at a certain person who may or may not be a friend of mine. There's the whole genre of Tomb Raider is essentially a booby trap ridden mess. Now, having said that, there's no pun intended there with Miss Crawford and booby traps. No, you see, booby traps come from the word to be a boob, to be stupid or witless, or essentially one who can be trapped by such devices. Which clearly, this makes me a boob, apparently. But nonetheless, the question is: have such things ever existed in reality? And as far as I can tell, they're very, very, almost certainly not real. There are plenty of examples of, for example, people building false passages and rooms into places in order to kerfuffle and befuffle and obfuscate their would-be looters and enemies. But very, I don't know, I can't really come across anything where there's actually been a mechanized booby trap intended to kill people. There have been pits, for example, built into the floor. That's been there, but again in a very, relatively minor way. So nothing really that's overly deadly. The other one, as well, of course, is actually pathogens, which may or may not survive for a long time in a body or in a tomb, and be passed on to people who have a very weak immune system. It's been suggested that some of Tutankhamun's possessions may well have had some sort of fungus upon them, which, when first opened to the world, may have spread and possibly made some people ill. But again, death is a very rare thing in that respect as well. Also, at a certain tomb called KV5 in Egypt, which is the tomb where Ramesses II, or Ramesses the Great, buried many of his 50-odd children, I think. Yes, there was an issue there where certain areas had, well, they'd been flooded, but when they were being cleaned back, there was a a residue which had probably been used by people acting out ceremonies, which actually had become dangerous. It wasn't dangerous when it was used, but if one was to breathe in that residue, it could in fact be toxic to you. So that's probably an unintended booby trap, as it were, not really deliberate. But as far as these things where you get like a tomb that's got a great big stone cog in it that turns and grinds somebody up, or perhaps oh, I don't know, the whole place rigged to explode when you pick up a mummy or a storm tater. Those things are just don't really happen. Much to my disappointment, I must admit, actually. I have always expected such things, hence I always go into a tomb with a decoy, someone who I can convince the undead to eat instead of me. But unfortunately, it's yet to happen. Which is a shame. A big shame. Yeah. So, assuming eventually I'll be let out of here, I guess I'll see you next time. So, until next time, cheers!